Steve Hoy began playing and writing songs at the age of 15. After working with several garage bands, he finished his teaching degree at Newcastle Uni and moved to Sydney to try his luck in rock and roll's Tinsel City. From Sydney he went to Canberra, where he formed Steve Hoy and the Hoy Boys, a band that wound up supporting the likes of legendary rock and roll greats like Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley. It was then that Steve met Joe Camilleri.
I met Joe a couple of years ago through a friend, Doug Hunter, from Canberra. He was a friend of Joe's, and we just went down one weekend. It coincided with Joe's birthday, so it was probably a happy weekend. And I had a tape of some of my songs, and I just played them to Joe, and he thought, oh yeah, they're okay. Nothing special at that stage. And he hadn't organised a Spirit label at that stage either. But and then we just kept in touch, and I put more songs together, and show him some tapes, and he gradually decided that, yeah, we'll make a record.
Could you have got a contract elsewhere?
For the sort of stuff that I'm doing, maybe 10 years ago I might have been able to, or 15 or something. Very, very simple music, and these days I don't know. They tend to be more formularised, and my stuff probably, if I'd pursued it, I was trying a couple of years ago with the Sydney label, but that kind of fell through, and I didn't worry about it. I just thought I'd just write some more songs and just keep doing what I was doing, which was teaching at the time, and just hang around, really. There was no great desire to be wild and famous. I mean, I wanted to be known as a songwriter, but I thought, well, I've been waiting for a long time, so just keep waiting.
12:25, Joe Camilleri's Mighty Spirit show is in town tonight, featuring all the artists from Joe's Mighty Spirit label. One of those is Steve Hoy. Here's a track from his Anticipation album.
Steve's Anticipation album is his debut album. Produced by Joe, it was recorded in just over 2 days and features the talent of all the legendary Daddy Cool musicians, minus Ross Wilson. For the fresh-faced 26-year-old lad from Canberra, it was a chance of a lifetime, a chance to be himself and play his music the way he likes it.
If a company signs an act or an artist, they're thinking, well, if we've seen this sort of potential in them, what they're doing, it could be moulded a little, or if they've got something that's really catchy or something that may be just cultivated. But I think most bands tend to be organised far more, and this is just very relaxed. On the record, it was all my arrangements, pretty much, musical arrangements, and I just rehearsed with the band, and it was that simple. We just went in and got the tape rolling. It was very simple that way.
Sometimes it's pointless even to pretend that it's worth keeping your word, and just can't be assured. Seeing lies and a knife in the back where you take what you're given, you're under attack. Hold me again, you say hold me again. I want you to hold me again. Well, I say hold me again. I want you to hold me again. Please hold me again. I want you to hold me again. Come on and hold me again. Hold me again. Hold me again. Hold me again. Hold me again.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a person you've probably seen many times but haven't really known who he was, the most enigmatic man in show business today, the fabulous Nicholas Smith.
Dangerous to let so little mean so much. Wires get crossed, we get out of touch. Messages deciphered to our own advantage. This can only lead to damage.
Nick Smith has been around a long time. Over the last 10 years, he's sung and written for many bands, including the Kevins, the Millionaires, and more recently, Stephen Cummings. Now he's a member of the Spirit family, and although he needed neither the exposure nor the so-called big break, the Spirit label has worked fantastically for him, inasmuch as it's enabled him to record one of his all-time favourite songs.
I'd already been tied up twice before with record companies, and once sort of successfully, the other time not so successfully. I was a little apprehensive about signing with any major company again, just because you lose control over your product and your whatever your image is supposed to be, you know. And with Spirit, of course, you have carte blanche as far as those things go. You can select your tracks, make your covers, you know, just complete freedom, you know. It's a totally different setup to a major record company. You know, I mean, the majors are fine in one sense, you know, in that you can sort of, you know, you can do quite well out of them if you do extraordinarily well, but I'm sure there's many more bands that have, and artists that have been exploited pretty viciously, you know, by the majors, and because really they don't have your interests at heart, you know. Their profit margin is their only sort of benchmark of success, really, for those characters, and you know, that's I mean, that's as simple as that. I think most artists are a little more sensitive than that. Like any business where there's an enormous amount of capital involved, you simply can't trust anyone, you know. I mean, basically, with the artist is probably the last person to see profit returns and things like that. I mean, you can obviously go in and see them anytime you like, but no one's going to say that they're authentic. You know, those returns that they show you. I mean, you know, presumably that they are. I mean, you'd like to think that way, but I think you'd be naive to think that you're actually that there was, you know, things were fair and just in the record industry.
Nick's first single on the Spirit label is the former Young Rascals hit, Groovin'.
Groovin' on a Sunday afternoon. Really couldn't get away too soon.
What would have happened if you would have taken Groovin' to another company? Would
To
have
a
they picked it
major?
up? Yeah.
Well, it's strange you should ask that, because James Rain and Lynn Buckfield had intended to do that song. They had in fact recorded it just 2 weeks before mine was to be released. And Joe and Stephen Cummings went to see James Rain at the Ethiopian Aid concert and talked him out of it, which was good for me actually. But I guess and they did that ROCK song after that. But I think it's hard to say. I certainly probably would have been traipsing around quite a few places. In fact, I never would have recorded the track if the approach I'd taken, you know, to try and get a deal with a major, I wouldn't have done a cover version of a song like that. I just would have recorded and pushed my own material. But that's why this opportunity was good, really. I mean, because I didn't see it as a sort of a make or break thing, you know, with stardom or something in the offing. It was just a chance to do a track that I'd always liked.
We'll keep on spending sunny days this way. We're gonna talk and laugh our time away. I feel it coming closer day by day. Life would be ecstasy, you and me endlessly grooving on a Sunday afternoon. Really couldn't get away too soon. No, no, no.